Authors' names are provided in the description. Let's get into the video. Mood spoiler, tentative happy ending. AITA for kicking my 72-year-old MIL out of the house at night because she threw away my things. I live with my husband. I have a decent relationship with my MIL. Compared to a lot of the horror stories I hear from friends, she's quite sweet and warm. She is, however, a little over-controlling, overprotective. I'm not sure of the exact word, but she has very strong ideas about things and no sense of boundaries. For example, when she stays at our house, she takes over the kitchen completely and insists on cooking all our meals. She cooks wonderfully, but she won't let me help her at all, and she puts everything away in the wrong places, and then insists that her way is more logical. She only really comes for holidays though, and I do like her a lot, so I don't mind putting up with these mild annoyances. I'm currently pregnant with our little girl, who will be born in a few months. This is a miracle. I really didn't think it would happen, especially so late, but we got lucky. When my MIL heard, she was super excited and said she would come over to help us get ready for the baby. She offered to stay for the next 6 months or so to help out because my husband and I both work long hours and it will be hard to handle the baby on top of this. She is also pretty emotionally invested in this because she truly sees herself as part of our family. She arrived a few days ago and set herself up, then she started with the cleaning. I like collecting things from garage sales and such. Things like little sculptures, books, and baskets, stuff a lot of people would consider utter junk. Our house is definitely overstuffed, but it's reasonably tidy and doesn't seem like a hoarder's house or anything. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, likes everything surgically clean. Yesterday I came home from work to find the house like a war zone. She went through my cabinets and cleared out everything she considered junk, and I apparently made several trips to Goodwill before I got home. I was really angry, and I asked her why she would ever do this. She said the house has to be tidy for the baby, and that it would be dangerous for the baby to be in my cluttered house. Then she took the next huge bag of stuff and tried to walk out the door. I kind of lost it, and I told her she could get out right now. She was shocked that I was serious, and she said she doesn't have anywhere to go and it's so late. It was about 9:30. I booked her a hotel room and called a taxi. My husband came home an hour later, and when I told him what happened, he was furious with me. He says I disrespected his mom and was ungrateful for everything she's trying to do for us. AITA. Relevant comments. She definitely overstepped. But she may have been trying to help if your house is super cluttered. It's not cluttered. I don't just have piles of stuff lying around. Everything is in cabinets and arranged in a visually pleasing way. It's sort of a cluttered aesthetic, but I've had guests over and everyone thinks it's pretty cool. Due date. Baby is due in 2 months. She said she'd stay for a bit after the baby was born. As to whether OOP is a hoarder. Okay, I'm just going to give y'all a list of all my junk, and you can decide if I'm a hoarder. A walk-in closet with a lot of thrifted clothes, some of which I altered myself. 4 quilts in said walk-in closet. An antique wood desk with a typewriter that is admittedly just taking up space, but it is gorgeous. There is a lot of wall art, none of it matches, which my mom hates, but it's all hung properly and intentionally. 2 shelves of fancy china in the dining room, which I'm never going to use, but again, it's displayed purposefully. A coin collection in Ziploc bags in my closet. 2 ugly end tables. Several rugs from garage sales that are in use, not just rolled up in a corner. 2 bookcases of books. You can never have too many books lying around on the coffee table, kitchen table, or couch. A few shelves in said bookcases with family memorabilia and such. Houseplants. A lot of throw pillows that also don't match at all. A tree sculpture with Christmas ornaments and pictures hung on it. Lamps on every table. A geode collection. A spice rack with a lot of little spice bottles. Too many dishes. It fits in 2 kitchen cabinets though. Normal house things. What she gave away was a bag or 2 of my clothes that supposedly aren't practical. A box of books. A bunch of paintings. Some pillows. Dishes. A whole drawer of my rugs. Update. Thank you to everyone who replied to my post. I appreciate the advice and wishes for the baby. So I talked to my husband after we both cooled down a bit, and I told him I felt let down and that he didn't support me. He said it was just stuff, and he didn't think I cared that much. I also asked him if he asked his mom to declutter, and if he had a problem with my things. He said no, he literally has zero opinion about my decor or collections. I believe him, because this is the guy who doesn't know the difference between blue and purple. So he said that's why he thought I overreacted, because in his mind it's just stuff and not nearly as important as a person's feelings can be hurt. I said that my things matter to me because I've put effort into collecting and fixing them, and that some hold memories too. He said he understood, and he apologized. We went and brought my MIL home from the hotel in the morning, and I said I was sorry for losing my temper and asked her if we could talk. She was still upset but agreed. I told her I should have said this a long time ago, but I don't like it when she takes over and doesn't treat my home like it's mine. She seemed offended, but she said okay. I told her I would be really grateful if she helped with the baby, and I want her in my child's life, but she has to work with me and not just do everything herself. She said, but you work, and I said that I know it's not what she did when she had a child, but I want to make this work, and I think I can have a job and also be in charge of my home. She was definitely annoyed, but she agreed to everything and didn't argue, so I think it will work out okay. I unfortunately couldn't get my stuff back, though, but I have plenty more rocks hidden away. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoy listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.